Uh, Welcome to the first episode of Touchback TV. I'm your host Zion, and this is my boy Brando.
Yo,
So, what we gonna be doing on here, bro? What we gonna talk about?
shoot. I know you excited, boy. I know you excited. Like,
Um,
Zion, hold on. A little introduction. I'm Brando. That's my boy Zion. We love football. We love talking football. We love talking football. We be talking football for years. I ain't gonna lie to you. We've been talking football for years.
it's been a
Both
minute.
played in high school. Uh, I was better than Zion.
Stop the cap.
We ain't gonna talk
Ah,
about. We can talk about that.
we can talk
But
about. We can bring up stats, but that's another.
we don't bring up stats. We
Another
need
episode.
to bring up stats. Is not necessary. Stats are not necessary. But yeah, we love talking football. So we was like, we talk football darn near every day. So we might as well put a little camera on here. But I'm a Ravens fan. Been a Ravens fan for a hot minute. Before we won the Super Bowl with Flacco, which he went 15-0, which was beautiful. But tell them about your team. And I know you got some good news with your team.
I do. All right, so I'm a Panthers fan. I've been a Panthers fan since really I was like 12. Cam Newton got me into it. I'm still in it now. Last 3 years have been hard though. Ugh, it was rough. We had Matt Rule.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
Oof. Felt like the Texans for a minute. Felt like the laughing stock of the league.
Y'all wasn't that bad. And no, don't be acting like the Texans were that bad because when they had Deshaun, they were really playoff contenders now.
I
Y'all
know.
man.
Look, Matt Rule came in. He messed up our time trial. We were in the middle of like a tiny little rebuild or like a retool, really.
Every two.
Then the moment Matt came, Luke was out. Greg Olsen was already old. They released Cam. That was a rough year.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't like the sign to begin with. I mean, we've had this, but I never liked Matt Rule. Like
It was,
he did good in Baylor, and I think he went to somewhere before Baylor. He pretty sure he went somewhere before Baylor, but he did good in Baylor, and Baylor was I didn't care, bro. Matt Rule wasn't one of those guys that sat there and I was like, "Oh yeah, the boy needs a job right now."
yeah, no, he won't like a. It won't like a Lincoln Riley or like was it Jim? It's Jim Harbaugh, right? Or is it John at Michigan?
Jim's at Michigan.
Yeah, it's not like Matt Rule was not that sexy type of hire that I was looking for at that time. But I digress because we just got that sexy hire literally yesterday. Day before, Frank Reich. That is a great signing for us. I like that. I'm kind of sad it wasn't Steve. He kind of brought that keep pounding mentality back that Matt Rule was trying to get rid of for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
I got more on that, but that let's leave the past in the past. It's a new era for Panthers football right now.
I'm excited. I'm excited for you. I'm not gonna lie. I never thought that. My thing was, well, at least with Reich, I don't think Reich should have lost his job in Indy.
I didn't agree with that either. And
I,
then
I understood the firing, but at the same time, there's been a lot. There's been more coaches. There have been coaches who had their jobs a lot longer where I've been like, he needs to be fired.
yeah, it was the right thing. Okay, when you give Reich a quarterback that he picks, he does well.
Like,
And then with the Colts organization, like their owner, he's very hands on.
really hands on. Not like Jerry Jones hands on. Well, Jerry Jones is a lot. But
Yeah,
like, he up there.
yeah, no, he was I can't remember his name. I can't think of his name right now. But he was the reason Matt Ryan got benched this year. He had told Frank Reich to start Sam Ellinger, I think. I think that's his name. And yeah, it was a rough season for them Colts, but he's here now. The first quarterback for Carolina.
That's so cool, bro. That's so cool.
It is. And he's our first ever offensive minded head coach too.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of excited. I think, okay. So the thing with this is, so Panthers fan base, a lot of them, mostly the black community of them, they were kind of mad at the Steve Wilkes thing. And I can agree with it. Like, for what he did in his short time here, he definitely deserved a shot at, like, being the head coach full time. But I also understand the Frank Reich hiring. Because in the NFL today, it's an offensive ran league. It's an offensive league. You got to have an offense.
Yeah.
So, and I like what he does with his offenses. Once he gets the quarterback he wants, he does some damage.
Especially with your draft position. Now, obviously, y'all not in prime position to get one quarterback, QB 1 or 2. And we're gonna talk about QB 1 and 2. I saw a QB ranking earlier today, and I was like, whoa.
Which one did you see? Which
I
one?
saw, long story short, Bryce Young was QB2. CJ Stroud was QB4.
Ooh, let me guess. Levis was 1?
No, Levis wasn't 1. Levis was 3.
Richardson was 1?
AR-15 was number 1.
Okay, he was.
We can talk about the whole QB draft thing later. We can talk about the whole QB draft thing later.
Talk about draft later.
I like that.
Listen.
I mean, y'all are in a position to get a good QB and just at the spot y'all are at now. Now, obviously, you can trade some picks, do a little something. Now, I'm not going to hold you. You probably had to trade a little something to get up for that 1 or 2 spot, 1, 2, 3, one of those higher spots. You probably had to give up You probably had to give up next year's first, honestly.
Oh yeah, no. But here's my thing. I don't think we're going to try for 1 or 2. I doubt it. I think we're going to go to 3 where the Cardinals are at because the Cardinals they're
looking to trade down.
Yeah, they're looking to trade down, and I don't think we have to give up much. Like I don't think we'll have to give up a player. I doubt it. I really doubt we'll have to give up a player to move
Give
up.
up Shaq Thompson, please.
They don't
give him up.
They don't need him. That's my thing. They don't need him. It's like if they needed him or like they were at a need for his position, he gone.
They got that boy Zaven, and I love that boy
Zaven and Isaiah Simmons, bro. I like that pairing.
Those two. My gosh!
Pairing in the middle. You got the speed and coverage skills, and you got the run stopping.
I'm not gonna lie, but Zaven is he's so fluid in space.
Yeah, he's an
athlete. He's really an athlete. He's really an athlete.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I like that a lot.
I
like having freak athletes at linebackers. It's like when you look at the 49ers, you see Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw. Scary.
Dre Greenlaw, yep. Boy.
Roquan Smith, freak athlete. Micah Parsons could play middle.
Micah Parsons was playing middle until freaking their edge got depleted, and they're like, "Hey, bro, just do something at edge," and he went crazy.
Yeah, no, that's so. If we weren't to take a quarterback or a corner, there's only one person I'm looking at in this draft taken in the first round at linebacker, and that'd be Trenton Simpson for real.
Trenton Simpson
from Clemson, the outside linebacker. He's like a heavier Isaiah Simmons.
He moving like that. He moving like that.
No, it's if you could have a perfect clone, it'd be him. They are dang near the same player, except he's a lot more better at stopping the run than he is at coverage.
Yeah.
Isaiah Simmons is he was just an oversized safety.
Yeah.
But nah, that's oof. I don't know. This draft season is going to be fun for the Panthers. It's going to be real fun.
Yeah, because y'all have a good pick.
We have a good pick, and we're the way our team is set up. O-line set, rushing attack set. I said we need one more receiver, but that we could probably draft that. We got 2 second-round picks. Well, we may have 1 after this potential trade.
Shoot. Last year, I was so happy. Hamilton and Linderbaum. That's all I needed, boy. Ooh. So this year,
that was a good good pickup. I said y'all had the best draft other than the Jets. The Jets draft was insane, bro.
Oh yeah, no, I was pissed. As soon as when I grabbed Sauce, I was pissed,
bro.
I knew Sauce was going to drop to us, but I was like, if Sauce could have dropped to us, BPA would have been crazy. He was obviously BPA, and you saw it in the play this year. He
was. I wasn't that was one of the picks. I was like, okay, if I had to pick my 2 corners in this draft, it'd be between him and Derek Stingley. But scared me from Derek because he had injury history. That was really it. Outside of that, he's a great player.
The injury history with Darius Stingley didn't like. My thing was like his mentality because I was hearing stuff and like there are some plays where he looked lazy. It looked like he wasn't really putting in effort, but he didn't necessarily have to.
It's on
But,
LSU.
but that's what I'm saying. Like he didn't have, but there's some plays I'm like, come on, bro, this put in effort. And it's like if you go to a bad team in NFL, are you still going to play lazy?
Yeah, that's my thing. But
He played good this year. He played good this year.
he played real good. I like that. But let's see. Who else? Oh yeah, the Brees Hall pick. That Brees Hall pick was elite. If only he didn't tear his.
He Damascus baby. He a Maryland. So I know who he is, bro. Shout out Brees Hall. Shout out Brees Hall.
I was sad when he tore his ACL because he was like their offense would go when he was in, bro. It just looked a lot better than it did at the end of the season. It did,
bro. I'm not gonna lie. The Jets had a crazy draft.
They did.
Garrett Wilson, and hold up, have you seen the offensive rookie of the year?
Yes.
And the fact that okay, Brock Purdy. I understand what Brock Purdy has done.
But
Brock has been plugged. He's been plugged in. He's played well. But him over Chris Olave is moronic to me.
Yeah, no, that was a bad pick. It's okay. So I understand Glock Purdy, the 40 savior right now.
Oh God, he is.
I understand why they're doing it, but at the same time, it's like, bro, he only played 6 games, and even then, like, he wasn't the reason they turned around. Adam McCaffrey put him on an 11-game win streak.
Yeah,
like, and everyone knows the 49ers offense is a cheat code. It is a cheat code.
It's hard. I'm not gonna lie. Like the Shanahan's, they build an offense where it's hard not to succeed, right?
Yeah.
Like
you can't succeed in that offense. It's
the weapons you're surrounded with: Ayuk, Debo, Kittle, McCaffrey. Freaking like, come on.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's so hard, like, to fail in the offense like that. But
like, if anything, I think Brock Purdy. I think the fact that Brock Purdy, Trey Lance, and Jimmy Garoppolo have all looked somewhat decent in that offense has to diminish Brock Purdy's play even ever so slightly, just because like everyone's looked decent in the offense and like no one had. I mean, even what wasn't it? The divisional round where Brock Purdy looked a little shaken up.
I mean, it was like okay. It was like, bro, he like you could tell like that first quarter he was nervous. You could really tell he was nervous in that first quarter. But then it was like, okay, you got to give it to him because of his mentality. Like he ain't back down. He's a dog for sure.
100%.
For him to like be Mr. Irrelevant, the last pick of the draft, and go in and beat the Cowboys.
I think the NFL has digging into the Mr. Irrelevant is now relevant now. Like, yeah, bro, we get it, bro. We get it. But let's not act like Brock Purdy was a bum when he was in Iowa State.
Yeah, he wasn't a bum. He was definitely one of the top.
He wasn't a bum when he went against Jalen Hurts in the bowl game.
I forgot about that narrative. They're finna push for tomorrow, bro.
Yeah, they're finna push that.
The revenge game against Jalen Hurts. Oof.
I'm excited for that game. You know, I got the I want to say I got the 49ers winning the game, but it really depends on how Brock Purdy play.
Nah, my thing with the 49ers offense, they start out so slow.
They got to heat up. They got to heat up. Like, that kid gonna get his.
Yeah, like they gotta come in guns blazing because you can't come in slow against the Eagles.
Yeah.
The only thing that the Eagles will do is beat themselves. If anything, they will beat themselves and they will die on that. They're not going
to slow it though. So it's like,
I don't know. This is going to be a good game though. It's going to be a really defensive oriented game. I'm gonna give it to the Eagles because their depth at the defensive area is so crazy.
Mm-hmm. I love from the box up. Everybody on their team looks like they're starting. I love Seti. Yeah, is it Seti Deuce? I love Garner Johnson.
Yeah, I like him. I love that, and I'm glad that he's back because that defense gets a lot better when he's there. It gets a lot better. You already got to deal with Bradbury and Slay. And
That's
now,
what I'm saying. Bradbury and Slay.
then you got to deal with C.J. Gardner Johnson up top, or
Yup.
down to play in the box because he's just versatile like that.
What's it called? Who else they got? They got Josh Sweat, who's underrated, low key underrated. They got Fletcher Cox. I like their linebackers.
Hassan Reddick, Kaiser White, and I miss
TJ Edwards.
I know TJ. I'm thinking of
And then you thinking that boy N'Kobe who just
yeah. I like
wasted away on the bench.
It's not his fault. He just got drafted to I can't even say he got drafted to a bad situation because it's really a good situation.
I don't think they expected TJ. I think they were expecting. I think they were like, well, TJ Edwards, we're about to let him go after. I think, there's no guarantee. I think TJ Edwards' contract is coming to go. I'm not necessarily sure about that.
He's a free agent. I don't think they'll pay him.
I'm gonna say I don't think they'll pay. Especially, it depends on how N'Kobe Dean's playing, but he might next year. He really might be plug and play.
Yeah,
but I love them in Georgia. I love them in Georgia.
Yeah, and then you got the Jordan Davis pick. I think Javon Hargraves is a free agent this year. I think he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
I think because they don't have to pay him, especially if they won't have to. Especially they got Jordan Davis just sitting there waiting.
Yeah,
I know Brandon Graham's gone, but they got picks. They got picks to replace.
Yeah, and Fletcher Cox is one of the better interior defensive linemen.
He's not. I mean, he's not Fletcher Cox of old, but he's still
serviceable. And even if they want to pay Hargrave and keep Fletcher Cox isn't there forever. Like Fletcher Cox probably has realistically
like 2 or 3 years.
3 years left in him.
Yeah, and just let him mentor
Mm-hmm.
Davis. Because
Jordan Davis is a raw athlete. Even coming out, that boy was faster than we all thought he was. He's big as hell, tall as hell. And even his pass rush wasn't necessarily the greatest. But if you can Fletcher, you don't teach size. Yeah. Like I learned that you can't teach size, but you can. So if you can get Fletcher Cox and mentor him, he'll be fine.
He'll be scared. He's already good at stopping the run. Once he gets that pass rush down,
he's 6'6"
with like decently long arms.
Yeah,
300 like 30 pounds.
That boy big.
He's just gonna get like. He may have been big at Georgia. He's tightened up a lot. He's going to get even, bulkier.
And then let him get used to the NFL game.
Exactly. Once it slows down for him, you gotta. I don't want to say generational, but he could be. He really.
Just in frame and athleticism for his size, he has to be like in the top 10% for his size, his speed. For him to be as big as he is and him to be as fast as he is, athletic as he is. He has to be within the top 10%.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He hit the lottery.
I'm not gonna lie. I was looking at Jordan Davis, like talking previous draft. I was like, if the Eagles didn't touch him, I was like, we can get we can get a Michael Pierce, Brandon Williams replacement. I was like, Fletcher Cox is he wouldn't necessarily be plug and play, and I think Calais Campbell, if we got him, Calais Campbell mentoring him would have been good. Yeah. But I mean. I like the pick. I like the pick for the Eagles too.
All right. Well,
I love Kyle Hamilton. So I'm glad they did it.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap this episode up here because we're running out of time tonight. But we will be back next week. So thanks for tuning in to this first episode, and we'll be back.